Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Doud here, kinda sorta closing out another week of tech news. We will have a deals episode on Black Friday, but I'm not really sure I count that. We've also got the Digit Monthly coming out this weekend, so don't worry, you'll still get a belly full of me over the weekend. But as for me, I'm looking forward to some sleep and work because, let's face it, I'm a workaholic, and I'm still behind from that stupid cold last week. So let's get right to it. It is November 27th, 2019, and this is your Digit Daily. For today's top story, we dig into the rumor machine because we have some pretty renders coming out of the Samsung Galaxy S11 with a gaggle of cameras on the back. The Samsung Galaxy S11 Plus looks to have a 6.9-inch display, and can we just start calling these things tablets already? That 6.9-inch screen will house an in-screen fingerprint sensor and has the added benefit of acting as a runway for emergency plane landings. As for the rest of the internals, we're looking at the upcoming Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 processor, a 108 megapixel camera, and another sensor with 5x optical zoom. Add to that 1 terabyte of storage, and this is not a rumored spec sheet, this is a fanboy's wet dream. And I'm going to call it right now, at least one, if not two of those things, will not be on this phone. I said it, and I'm writing it down. So let's flip this render around and take in that glorious camera bump. Sensor. It's as if Samsung said, you know what the problem with the iPhone 11 Pro and Pixel 4 is? That bump is just too small. So they embiggened it and added a few extra sensors to it. Like all over the place, haphazardly even. It's almost like they shot the camera bump with a shotgun, and whenever there was a hole, they shoehorned in a camera sensor. This is all coming from leaker OnLeaks, who has a pretty solid reputation, but another leaker suggests that the camera module will be more beautiful and symmetrical. Whatever the case, it'll be honking huge, and the only thing that is for certain is that no matter how big it is or how gaudy, reviewers won't care. They'll just marvel at the image quality and blow off the fact that camera bumps are lazy design. But hell, Apple did it, so deal with it, bro. I guess 2019 is the year that camera bumps got cool again, except they still suck, and I still hate them, and I am going to die on this hill. But if you have to put in a camera bump, just raise the entire back of the phone and fill it with battery. So while we all marvel at my genius, let's head into the roundup! Our Black Friday newsletter and podcast will be coming on Friday at the normal times. But if you want to get a jump on things, we've got 3 different roundups on Android Authority for Google deals, Apple deals, and audio deals. So if you want to plan ahead, you can get started. Programming note, I'm going to try to wake up earlier on Friday to get the podcast out ASAP so that you can hear about the morning deals and then actually, take advantage of them. So watch out for that a little bit earlier on Friday, soon after which I'll be napping. This next one is a long one, but it's because it covers 3 separate stories. Twitter wants to clean up some old, unused accounts to present more accurate, credible information. But the real problem with misinformation on Twitter is that Twitter keeps allowing people to post misinformation on Twitter. It has nothing to do with usernames that no one has logged into in the last 6 months. Twitter, if you want to clean up old inactive accounts, cool, do that. You have every right to do so, and good for you. I personally have like a dozen or so Twitter accounts that can probably go away because I had an idea once and then realized how much of a pain in the butt it would be to post regular content to it. But because of this purge, Gizmodo came up with a list of neato usernames that might soon be available, including Blog King, Operator Error, and MySpace, but also included the name Osama bin Laden, which honestly is just incredibly poor taste, and how the hell did that get past editing? Anyone who wants to snap up the fun Twitter handle, Osama bin Laden, has a seriously f***ed up sense of humor. But there's another twist in this story. What about accounts for people that have passed away, as pointed out by TechCrunch writer Drew Olanoff? In his case, his father passed away 4 years ago, and Drew has never had any kind of access to his father's account. No password. So will Twitter be removing those accounts as well? Well, by the standards laid out by Twitter, yes, but that isn't right. Might I suggest Twitter remove the accounts of people who haven't logged in for 6 months and have never tweeted. That alone will free up about 10 accounts that I've wanted in the past, but getting back to the topic, the purge itself will be a rollout over several months that will start on December 12th. Big news in my camp, but honestly probably not in yours, but Facebook bought Beat Games, the gaming studio behind Beat Saber. Beat Saber, you may remember, is probably the only reason why you have thought about VR in the past year or so. It's a breakout success, and arguably one of the only breakout successes in the genre. Some VR pundits are nervous about this transaction, thinking that Facebook might make Beat Saber an Oculus exclusive, or perhaps slapping the mod community down a few pegs. I don't see the first happening, but I could easily see a crappy company run by terrible people doing the latter, and that would suck. I'm not a Beat Saber modder myself, I just play the standard packs that are available, and honestly that's enough for me. But I also recognize how vital a passionate community is and can be for a product, and if Facebook shuts that down, it'll be killing a big part of its base, which is what made this a breakout success in the first place. And finally, if you're looking for that first Christmas gift to pick up, Disney has a Cafe Press site just for you selling Baby Yoda t-shirts, mugs, bags, and phone cases. I mean, it's not actually Cafe Press, but it kind of feels like Cafe Press, given the variety of stuff that's available, or should I say lack thereof. It seems Disney didn't want to put out a lot of real merchandise like toys and whatnot, because it didn't want to spoil anything pertaining to The Mandalorian ahead of its launch. But the merch it's putting out now does feel very cobbled together, with no real plan. I'm not going to complain about it. Disney had dropped a few buckets full of merchandise on the day of The Mandalorian release, then other critics would have complained that Disney is just cashing in on some cute toy. It's really a no-win situation, and I think the only winners here are those who are drinking their coffee out of Baby Yoda coffee mugs. Am I right? So that's going to do it for today's Digit Daily. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter on digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe, leave a review, and don't forget to tell your friends about digitdailypod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Doud, Dead Technology on Twitter. Remember that we're off tomorrow, so we'll talk again on Friday.